What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with news from this week at Bungie, and we do have some pretty tasty stuff to jump in and talk about. So they give us a tease for the upcoming exotic quest for Leviathan's Breath. On top of this, we have a new Bungie bounty taking place this weekend with the big show. We'll break down those details in a moment. And Bungie also talk about a pretty big game update that they're dropping on October 29th. And it does include sandbox adjustments, and specifically Bottom Tree Striker is getting that nerf. It's been thrown off the map. Maybe that's a bit extreme, but there are some changes to that subclass, as well as the Bottom Tree Dawnblade subclass. Bungie talk about some of the upcoming content. They give us a quick fashion show and show off a bunch of artwork for Shadowkeep. So we'll jump in and round it up in this video. If you guys enjoy it, a rating really helps me out, but otherwise, let's get into it. So initially, they say, this week at Bungie, there is a lot going on. We're already into week 3 of Season of Undying, the Iron Banner is up and running, and we have some new things lined up for next week. Master Nightmare Hunts will begin, and these will be the most difficult Nightmare Hunts to date, so equip your best weapons and gear. It'll be interesting to see what those are like, but also, the exotic quest for Leviathan's Breath will also go live for all Season Pass owners, and rumour has it that Banshee knows something about where to start. And so I guess we will be going to speak to Banshee initially, and he'll of course send us off on that quest to find his hidden armory in the tower, and then ultimately go out and unlock the weapon. Before we get to the next reset though, Bungie say the infamous hunter, known as Paul, the Big Show White, is stopping by our studio this weekend. And so they're actually going to be doing a Bungie bounty inside of the Crucible. So this is happening on October 19th from 2 PM to 4 PM Pacific, and the platform this time will be PS4, but Bungie do say PC, you're on deck for the next event. And of course if you can match them and successfully fight them, then you can acquire the new Bungie bounty emblem for this year. Now though, Bungie talk about an update that we're going to be getting on October 29th, and this is update 2.6.1. Of course, October 29th is also when we're going to get the dungeon, the launch of Festival of the Lost, the Xenophage quest, the new PvP mode, and as I spoke about the other day, it appears that we've got some other secrets. One of them comes in the form of Altars of Sorrow, which appears to be a kind of 3-tier event that takes place in Sorrow's Harbour. So on the content side, we do have some stuff to look forward to, but there are also going to be some sandbox adjustments. So Bungie say, for the Code of the Juggernaut Striker, which of course is that Bottom Tree subclass, they've tuned the amount of super energy returned per kill, and they've reduced the amount returned possible from 15 to 13% before diminishing returns. They've also reduced the low end of the diminishing returns from 5 to 3.25%, and changed the kills for diminishing returns by splitting them out between players and combatants. So previously, it was 15 kills, and now it's 14 combatant kills or 7 player kills, and players count 2 times towards diminishing returns. On top of this, the cost of the light attack in the super has been increased by 50% from 2% to 3%, and regeneration on kill no longer procs on super kills. And so that seems like a fairly comprehensive change to that subclass. And of course, Bottom Tree Striker has been one that a lot of folks have spoken about, but probably the lesser mentioned subclass would be the Dawnblade's Bottom Path. And Bungie are also making changes here, so they're tuning the amount of super energy returned per kill. They've increased the low end of the diminishing returns from 0.75 to 0.95%, and changed the kills for diminishing returns by splitting them out between players and combatants. And previously it was 30 kills, now it is 21 combatant kills or 7 player kills. And players count for 3 times towards diminishing returns. So a lot of numbers there, and we'll have to really see how that stuff pans out in the game. But on top of this, for Sentinel Code of the Protector, which is the top path, these are bug fixes, but the Armor of Light timer now correlates with the life of the Ward of Dawn, and particle effects move more rapidly towards the end of Ward of Dawn's life. They're also fixing a bug with Shattering Strike on the Middle Path Night Stalker, where the window to activate it was reduced to 3 seconds, along with True Sight, and Shattering Strike will last the proper 9 seconds once again. Now, that Peregrine Greaves 1-2 punch build is also going to see a very significant change in that Bungie are removing a bug that allows players to shoot immediately before activating Shoulder Charge. And so essentially it's removing that capability from that build, and Bungie say that they're also aware of feedback about other abilities and gear not mentioned above, and they have their eye on One-Eyed Mask, so expect a change in a future update. And so alongside the content that we get on the 29th, definitely we're going to see some fairly significant changes in some of the sandbox elements. But for other patch note previews, Forsaken subclasses will display the correct super icon in the PvP HUD for the following subclasses, so Thunder Crash, Burning Maul, Blade Barrage, Spectral Blades, Nova Warp, Well of Radiance, and Chaos Reach. They fixed a bug where Warlocks who wagered weak motes in Reckoning were incorrectly being rewarded Titan gear, an issue that increased loading times for gear preview while in spaceflight, and players should notice that their character models update more quickly while changing gear, previewing ornaments, or previewing shaders during spaceflight, and the Phantasmal core stack has been raised from 3 to 999. So that's a pretty significant jump right there. But for Steam, blocking communication with players in Steam will now block/mute players in Destiny 2. They added functionality for add friend and remove friend commands. You can see those ones on screen, but also an invite command, so /invite player name or Steam ID. And players can also now invite or join another player regardless of their Steam Online status. So some nice quality of life updates right there for the PC version. Bungie also have a segment about how they're going to be changing the new armor system in future seasons. So initially, at the start of next season, there will be a broad category of mods for both the Ammo Finder and Ammo Scavenger categories, and they will automatically be unlocked for all players. So they say this will help round out builds more easily and give us more options for tinkering with ammo, no matter what armor energy type we use. Another big change that they're bringing up is loosening the stacking restrictions on Armor 2.0 mods, and starting next season, the restrictions on having multiple mods of the same type in a single piece of armor will be removed with a few exceptions. So, for example, we'll be able to run 2 hand cannon loader mods, or 2 shotgun ammo mods, and so forth. They say the only exceptions to this stacking come from mods that provide no benefit when stacked, things like fastball and traction. On top of this, on the update that we get on the 29th this month, they say all armor mods will be visible in collections, so it'll allow us to browse through all of the possibilities and see which ones we've already acquired. And they say that the armor mod collections will get a UI upgrade, allowing them to display armor energy type and cost on the icon. And so there are definitely some pretty solid updates right there that we're getting at the end of the month. Let us know what you think about the sandbox changes, the adjustments to Armor 2.0 that Bungie are talking about in the future. And then finally right here, they say it's Fashion Week, and in a previous update, they showed us the Levante prize emblem. And they say, submit a picture of your best dressed Guardian on Bungie.net, or in a reply on the Fashion Week tweet, and Bungie will choose their favorites and then feature them in next week's TWAB. And of course, you'll have the opportunity to win that emblem in the game. So that's everything for the updates right there. And Bungie leave us with a bunch of developer artwork, some of the projects, environments, weapons and things like that. So if you want to check out the show reel of screenshots, you can do that right here. But for now, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, a rating below is very much appreciated. Once again, let me know what you think about all of the stuff we've covered in this video. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you up to date with the world of Destiny 2. But for now, guys, whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.